From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. The yellow police tape has been taken down at the high school in Tumbler Ridge, BC, where 6 people were killed and dozens more were hurt in this week's deadly mass shooting. However, police say the building is still closed to the public. Now, the RCMP didn't immediately respond to questions about next steps in the investigation, but the Mounties have previously said that forensic work at the home of the shooter's mother would be finished this weekend, while that work would continue at the school. Local churches are expected to hold their first services today, just ahead of Family Day in the province. On the international stage now, Canada's Defence Minister has signed an agreement at an international security forum to strengthen cooperation with Denmark on defence matters. Here's Canadian Press reporter Lisa Laporte.
A Department of National Defense news release says David McGuinty signed a memorandum of understanding for Canada-Denmark defense cooperation, along with his counterparts from Denmark, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands. It covers areas including defense innovation, industrial cooperation, mutual logistics support, as well as personnel training, exercises, and education.
Now, the signing took place at the Munich Security Conference on Friday and comes a month after U.S. President Donald Trump escalated his threats to annex Greenland, a self-governing territory of Denmark. BC's Finance Minister Brenda Bailey says she is likely to be the most unpopular person in the province for a while after she has tabled Tuesday's provincial budget. Current figures forecast a deficit of $11.2 billion. However, Mark Lee, a senior economist with the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives, says he hopes the government does not table an austerity budget.
Overall, I would say that the fears around the debt and deficit are really overblown. Yes, we have seen some increase in debt the past couple years, but BC remains with a very enviable position, like relative to any other province in Canada, except for Alberta. If you just look at the straight up numbers of debt relative to GDP.
Conservative finance critic Peter Milobar says Bailey's comment raises the question of how the government is spending money while failing to deliver improved services. And finally, Cuba's world-famous cigar festival has been put on hold.
Cuba has postponed its annual cigar fair. Organizers say it's because of severe fuel shortages and widespread blackouts tied to a tightened U.S. oil embargo. The Habanos Festival draws tobacco lovers and distributors from around the globe to Havana, where they tour plantations, take part in auctions, and see the latest in cigar craftsmanship. The postponement comes amid reports that fuel shortages have also disrupted tourism and other cultural events across the island. Officials did not announce a new date. Dave Packer, ABC News.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canadian tennis ace Denis Shapovalov had his great run at the Dallas Open halted with a tough 3-set semifinal setback to second-seeded Ben Shelton. Shelton will now face fellow American and top seed Taylor Fritz in the men's singles final. Over to the Olympic Games, where the Canadian curling teams have found themselves under the spotlight for more than just their skill. Rachel Homan's women's team, with a 1-3 record after Saturday's 8-7 extra end loss to Switzerland, was called for a rare double-touch violation and had a rock removed in the game. Meanwhile, Brad Jacobs' 3-1 Canadian men's team was issued a language warning by World Curling following a heated verbal exchange with Sweden over cheating allegations. And finally, Keyshawn Johnson of the Miami Heat has won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest after beating San Antonio rookie Carter Bryant in Saturday's final. A steady Johnson sealed the deal with a free throw line takeoff and a one-handed windmill. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.